is Dr. Sridhar, back to you with another video session on star to delta transformation technique and or delta to star transformation technique. Now, if you're talking about this reduction techniques, so what do you mean by this reduction technique? Reduction technique is nothing but by using the fundamental laws and fundamental concepts with which we are more aware. Let us use that fundamental concepts to reduce a complex electrical circuit to a simplified form is nothing but it is a electrical network reduction technique. So, electrical network means this is a combination of many voltage sources and current sources having different passive elements in it. And if the connection among them is if it is so complex, then in such cases, we are more dependent on network reduction techniques like star to delta transformation technique or delta to star transformation technique. Actually, the basic reduction technique is nothing but seriously connected electrical networks or parallel connected electrical networks. Electrical elements or electrical branches in it. So, if there are 10 number of branches are there, if all the 10 number of branches are connected seriously, then we have from the fundamentals, we can equivalently represent the 10 branches with one equivalent of it, and we can substitute the value of this with the formulas with which we are more aware. That is nothing but if all the 10 number of resistors are connected in series, we can identify the equivalent of this resistance as sum of the individuals. Similarly, if all the 10 number of branches or the resistors are connected in parallel, we know the principle, that is 1 by R equivalent is equal to summation of 1 by Ri, where I is nothing but varies from 1 to 10. So, these are the basic network reduction techniques. If the circuit is up to some extent, it is simple in the nature. If it is connected in series or parallel, we can make use of these particular mechanisms or theorems, that is series reduction techniques and parallel reduction technique, to simplify or to reduce the complexity of given electrical network with its equivalent representation. But suppose if the network is like this, if you could see the network, the connection of various elements, this might have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 resistors having. Luckily, for our simplification, I have represented the value of each resistance with 9 kilo ohm. So, 9000 ohms. And this total electrical network that is having 9 resistances, having 9K of each resistance value is connected between A and B. So, from slowly, if anybody wants to know what about the equivalent resistance between A and B. So, how much of resistance we can see between point A and point B. So, what about the total resistance? Now, if the question arises, then you have to start digging from point A. So, let us move from here to here. So, from A to B, if you are moving, right? Very good. Now, here, again, in this particular sense, what happens is the current is divided into two sections. So, some of the current is flowing in this direction and some of the current is flowing in this particular direction. It means this particular branch and this particular branch is connected in parallel. So, how we come to this particular conclusion means, now whenever the current divides, then the two branches are said to be connected in parallel to each other, right? Let this current come here, and again here this current is divided into 3 sections. So, here again the current is divided into 3 more points. See, similarly, if you are using this series and parallel configuration techniques to reduce the complexity of this electrical network, now it is a time consuming, laborious process. So, in order to overcome these difficulties, now let us introduce one more simplified method, which is nothing but the star to delta transformation technique. So, that is, how can we calculate the equivalent resistance between A to B or R equivalent? So, that is nothing but we are going to discuss star to delta and delta to star transformation technique in today's video session. So, let me explain this star to delta and delta to star transformation technique by taking a simple electrical network having 3 elements meet at a node, then the 3 elements are said to be in star connection. So, first let me define what is star and what is delta. Now, star means, now if if you are taking three elements for the sake, if you are taking the three elements, if all the three elements are meeting at the same point, suppose now this is the one resistor R1, and let me take one more resistor, this is R2, and let me take one more resistor R3. If these three are connected at a common point, now this is nothing but a node. This, with respect to this particular node, R1, R2, R3 forms a star point. So this is nothing but the star orientation. Now instead of this, if the resistance, another resistance is connected to the terminating point of the previous resistance, and again one more resistance is also connected back to the terminating point of the previous resistance, and again last resistance is connected back to the starting point of the first resistance, then it looks like a delta. So this is, now in this conversion, now if the electrical circuit is having more number of this type of shapes or this type of shapes, you can convert either this form to this or this form to this. It is nothing but, so delta is nothing but this is the delta configuration and this is nothing but the star configuration. So let me define, if three elements meet at a node, then the three elements are said to be in star connection, whereas if three elements form a closed path, then they are said to be in delta configuration. So that is star and delta configuration definitions. Now see, once again I am presenting the configuration very clearly. That is the point, this is some starting point X and this is Y and this is Z. Now in this star configuration, the starting points are completely different, but the terminating points of all the resistances are meeting at a point. So this is nothing but the star configuration. So R1 resistance is originating at X and terminating at this common point. Similarly, the R2 resistance originating at Y and terminating at this particular point. Similarly, R3 resistance is originating here and terminating at the common point. So this is nothing but the star. And come to this delta. Now this RA resistance is originating at, let me assume, Z and terminating at Y. And again RC is starting at the previous terminating point's resistance, that is nothing but the Y, and again terminating at another new point, that is nothing but the X. And the RB resistance is starting with the terminating point of previous resistance RC and it is approaching to the starting point of the first resistance RA. Like this, RA, RB, RC is going to form a closed path. Now this is nothing but, it is called as a delta configuration. So here I am presenting here what is the star configuration and what is the delta configuration here. Now, so in any case, if you could see this, the electrical circuit, if it looks like a star configuration, then what is the method we are going to use to convert this star configuration to delta? Or in some of the cases, there is no, we don't know, we cannot predict the shape of the electrical elements or in which configuration it was connected. If it is connected in the delta, now what is the mechanism we are going to use and to convert this delta to a star configuration? So the equivalent resistance between any two terminals for star, let me take the star configuration first. Between X and Y, if you are taking between this point and this point, the equivalent resistance is nothing but R1 plus R2. Similarly, the equivalent resistance between Y and Z is nothing but R2 plus R3. Similarly, Z and X is nothing but the R1 plus R3. Of course, this configuration determining the equivalent resistance is of course simple, because now if you are working with Y and Z, then X is nothing but nothing, there is no current in that particular branch. So it means only R2 and R3s will be there. So the equivalent resistance between Y and Z is nothing but R2 plus R3. The same condition, the same logic holds good for the remaining equivalent resistance across any two adjacent points. Now coming to the delta configuration between X and Y, between the point X and Y. Now if you are seeing here, the point X and Y is our interested points. So my interest is, I want to find out the equivalent resistance between the point X and point Y. Now here, if you could clearly, keenly observe the orientation of this delta configuration, X and Y are connected in two ways. One path is, this is the one path, and second path is, this is the second path. It means X is connected to Y by means of RB and RA, this is the one path, and X is connected to Y by means of RC. Now, my interest points are only X and Y, means you can ignore the importance of the Z for the sake. Now, in that case, what happens? X and Y are my own interested points. Then RB and RAs are seriously connected to each other. And this RB and RA, the set of these equivalent resistance is connected in parallel to the RC. So that is nothing but between X and Y, if you could see RC and RA plus RB divided by RA plus RB plus RC. So whatever the equivalent resistance you can see between X and Y, means this smaller resistance is nothing but this is in parallel to the combination of RB and RA. So that is the combination of RB and RA means this RB and RAs are connected in series to each other. Now let me apply the same concept to calculate the resistances between another two pair of resistances, that is Y and Z. If you are taking now between Y and Z, so Y is connected to Z by means of RA, and one more path is RC to X to RB to Z. So one path is like this and another path is like this. Now our interested points in this particular analysis is Y and Z. So with respect to this X will not carry any information. So RC and RBs are nothing but seriously connected, and this combination is in parallel to RA. So between Y and Z, RA into RC plus RB divided by RA plus RB plus RC. This is how we are going to determine the equivalent resistance between Y and Z. Similarly, between Z and X. Now here Z and X are our interested points. So this point and this point. So this Y will not carry any information. So in that cases, X and Z is connected by means of RB, and another combination is RC and RA. So RB is in parallel to RA plus RC. So the equivalent resistance between Z and X is nothing but RB into RC plus RA divided by RA plus RB plus RC. So these are the equivalent resistances we have calculated. So delta to star values, if you are comparing the values and if you are equating the delta equivalent and star equivalent, because we are going to represent, now I am going to convert, suppose star to delta, if you are going to convert, then the equivalent between X and Z is how much? The equivalent between X and Y is how much? The equivalent between Z and Y is how much? So between X and Y, we have calculated if it is in the star, how much? Similarly, between X and Y, if it is converted to the delta, we have calculated this much. So let me equate R1 plus R2 and the equivalent of the same combination in the delta also. So that is nothing but R1 plus R2 is equal to RC into RA plus RB divided by RA plus RB plus RC. Similarly, for another two nodes of star connection, if you are taking, so that is R2 plus R3 is equal to RA into RB plus RC divided by RA plus RB plus RC. So another combination is Z and X. If you could see that R1 plus R3 in the star is equal to RB into RC plus RA divided by RA plus RB plus RC in the delta configuration. So these are the equivalents we have compared separately by calculating the equivalent resistance in the star configuration as well as in the delta configuration. If you could equate term to term between any two pairs of the nodes, in the star how much, if it is in the delta how much, then the equations are 1, 2, 3 clearly explains the equivalent of resistances between any two pairs of the nodes in star configuration and the delta configuration. And with the help of some algebraic manipulations or simplification, if you could reduce the resistances are now anything. Either you can take the combination of 1 and 2 first, then 2 to 3 first, then second, then 3 to 1 first. So whatever it may be the combination. So if you are doing any simplification with the help of algebraic fundamentals, now you will straight away get R1 value, R2 value and R3 values. So what is this R1 value? R1 is nothing but the star equivalent. RB, RCs are nothing but the delta equivalent values. So R1 is nothing but RB, RC divided by the sum of all the resistances. R2 is equal to RA, RC divided by RA plus RB plus RC. Now last R3 is equal to RA, RB by RA plus RB plus RC. So these are the very, very important conversion formulas to convert star to delta or delta to star. Vice versa, if you could see equation 1 and equation 2, or if you are directly taking the product of R1 value and R2 values, then already R1, R2, R3s we have calculated from the previous analysis. So if you are taking R1 and R2 and similarly R2 and R3 and R1 and R3, so the values are nothing but R1, R2 is equals RBRC into RARC, and again after taking the product between two adjacent terms, and again if you are summing all these equations, we will directly get this R1, R2 last expression. If you could see, R1, R2 plus R2, R3 plus R1, R3 is equal to RA, RB, RC divided by RA plus RB plus RC. Now this is one of the simplified expression. Now we achieved this by taking the individual product, that is R1, R2 separately we have calculated, R2, R3 we have calculated, R1, R3 we have calculated, and after calculating the individual products, now if you are summing all these together, then the resultant is RA, RB, RC by RA plus RB plus RC. So after getting this, now again if you are taking RA as a separate term, because this RB, RC by RA plus RB plus RC is nothing but that is equivalent of R1. So just substitute that value, and after substituting you can equivalently write what is the RA value. So RA is equals R1, R2, the pair, the product of these two, then R2, R3, then R1, R3 divided by R1 value. So this is nothing but the star to delta transformation expression. Similarly, now you can rearrange this expression such that you can write RB separately and then you will get R2 expression. Now if you are rearranging this equation such that RC is equal to RA and RB here, then we will get the RC expression. So whatever it may be the logic here, but the logic is very simple. Now only practice only simplifies. Now making the remembering all these expressions is a little bit confusion. So that's why. So let us start practicing by taking one or two simple examples. Now that only gives the good confidence in reducing star to delta and delta to star transformation techniques. So these are the blindly you can remember this. This is the delta configuration and this is the star configuration. And in this delta, whatever the RA expression. So RA is nothing but R1, R2 plus R2, R3 plus R3, R1 divided by R1. And whereas R1 is nothing but this is represented in between them. So now that is if you are fitting all these resistances in one this thing, then hopefully this simple presentation will easily remember, or it will helpful for you to remember the formulas also. So this value is nothing but the R1, this value is R2, and this value is nothing but the R3. Now see here. So whatever the R1 equivalent value, suppose I am going to convert this delta to star. So you have to identify or you have to find the value for R1, R2, R3. So this R1 is nothing but this is connected here. This is connected between RB and RC. So R1 is nothing but RB, RC divided by RA, RB, RC. So this is the expression. Similarly, R2 is connected here. This R2 is connected between which resistors? RA and RC. So R2 is equals the product of RA and RC divided by RA plus RB plus RC. This is the second one. Similarly, R3 if you want to determine, R3 is equal, this is connected between the pair of resistance of delta, that is RA and RB. So RA and RB divided by RA plus RB plus RC. This is the third expression. So this is how we are going to remember the values or the equivalent conversion principles from delta to star or star to delta. So I hopefully this video session has given good emphasis on conversion techniques and how and the importance of network reduction techniques in simplifying the given electrical circuits. Thank you. Thank you for watching this video.
Like, share and subscribe. Hit the bell icon for more updates.